advantage for getting the high roll, though.
Yeah. You guys tailing off where you guys were when you left. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Tailing off where you guys left off. Yeah, probably. So, you guys having talked your way past one of the guards, well, in with Flynn almost away. In with Flint, I should say, just like the phrase, not the actual. Okay. Anyway, so you work your way up to the leader, Rakas's dormitory, as it were. You step up as a group, carrying your wits and your gold, like more gold than anybody's had on this plane or on this continent in forever. And you step up the door. There's no knocking, nothing like that. The guard next to you opens up the door and swings it forward. He motions for you to take steps inside. You see, it's front and center, in the middle of the room, a little pushed back. There's like this incense, you can't really make it out, floating in the air, kind of hits your nostrils, stings just a little bit. You see the light of torchlight kind of shining throughout the room, and you see a man in a bone chair, sitting with furs kind of all down, kind of in patches, definitely not covering every part of his skin. He adorns a helmet made of bone, and you can see like a spine kind of like rumbling or like weaving down the front of his chest. He has a large scar across the front of his face. He's very tan, and he's got long hair. He's built. In the rest of the room, you see rugs adorning the floor, and along the walls you see trophies of various creatures. There's a few people you see in there. You see multiple guards standing kind of at post. Someone carrying around what looks to be drinks, a smaller woman, chained up to both of his feet around the knees, like coming off. You see this bone chain link, links coming off of it. And you see two begrudging, kind of malnourished people, and the chain leads over and it hooks into a collar. And you see like almost like teeth coming off each one of the collars that like poignants up to the neck, like a choke chain. Plenty of extra spare links. There is a kind of weird odor in the air as you begin to walk into the room, and it's kind of foul in a way. The initial burst of incense kind of covers it up a lot, but at the side of the room to your right, you guys see a dead, recently dead, gnome. Beazle, describe what wishy-washy looks like.
Wishy-washy was a small female gnome that was I guess had messy hair and messy clothes just all the time. I guess this isn't necessarily what they look like, but how they acted was very chaotically, like you never knew how they were gonna react to things. They were always a wild card.
You see her propped up kind of against the wall with an arrow wound, like mid-abdomen.
I recognize them, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. You walk forward. The links kind of tighten as he kind of closes his knees a little bit and leans forward. The guard with you runs up, and my humble apologies. These people from, I don't even know, they offer betting, gold. They would like to place bets on tomorrow's match. You see Rakas just sit there, kind of confused. Why did you not just take the bet? Why are they standing in front of me? They bring gold, and a lot of it. Who speaks for you? Rakas kind of sits forward.
It is I, mighty Rakas. Hail be to the Strack.
Oh, God.
Are there any customs that I know would be like fully a no-no to do in here?
He's not. He is not as benevolent as the other side, but he's not like. He definitely has some really shitty beliefs about things, but there is no. There's. He's got thick skin.
Yeah, there's no like auto offend him. Like
no, there's nothing
you've said the sacred bad word.
He's benevolent in his own way.
I see.
Right? He definitely has thick skin. He's not like he's a douchebag, but he's not a douchebag. Does that make sense? Right? Like he literally has 2 slaves chained to him, but he's not a bad guy. Does that make sense? Like he's a terrible human or a terrible being, but like he's
Doesn't Gilix wear like bone armor and like the bones of his enemies or something?
Well, actually, only one of the enemies is bone, and that's Mantor's skull. But my armor and my flail are bone.
I feel like
Of,
you really fit in here.
of a demigod child. No, and actually, like, Hungs has work to do. If you look at Gilix, he's holding it in right now.
I imagine
Looking
he
at
is.
the chained up slaves, he's pissed.
For sure. Oh God, another one of your ruses, or is this? I'm actually impressed. You made it in my door this time. Is there something I can do for you, Mr. Hungs?
I promise it's not a trick and no games. This one is for real.
I'm all ears.
The ultimate goal is unity here. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself exactly how I want to put this.
Sure, yeah.
And I like when I noticed my friend, I imagine like because I'm like everything's pretty intimidating, I just stick really close to like one of the 3 bigger guys that's not Hungs. I guess let's say Gora, because like I feel like he's most compassionate, and like when I notice, I like sort of shake and like I sort of like pull on his leg and like point over to my friend, like like very quietly whimpering.
I'm sorry, I left. Is he dead? Or is he a slave?
He is dead.
She is. Okay.
Against the wall.
Wishy-washy, the fish Pokemon.
Well, she's also a slave. But yes, she's dead.
I'm sorry. She's in a better place.
I just look up to him, but I don't think I can like speak right now. I'm just too choked up.
Sure. Continue, Hungs.
Because it took me a moment to come to this, I would say that Hungs like visibly postures and is like really contemplative here.
Sure.
Rakas, how much is the most gold you've ever seen? Surely, some. A man of your caliber? Even in a place like this?
What are you playing at? And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out 2 pieces and like slides them apart. And he slides them back and puts them back.
something so precious. Something with a lot of power. I know that a small amount of gold can move an army. A relatively large amount, possibly even a city, I believe we have enough to move a mountain, Rakas.
You play games with your words. Speak freely.
Rakas, I'm sorry, I didn't... No, I'm just gonna say, look, with this much gold, anything is possible. That is what I'm getting at here. Anything. A union between the two sides. Enough gold to feed many armies. Enough gold to take the castle. As you've always
he
dreamed.
ducks his head a little bit. There's always a ruse. There's always something. You haven't changed a bit. You are useful, Mr. Hungs. It sounds like a fairy tale right now. You do not plan on uniting anyone. You think only of yourself, as you should. It's what's kept you fat and happy.
And I would have remained fat and happy if it wasn't for all of them. And I point back at the entire party. But they have brought a terrible reality into my world. And now I'm seeking to maybe find my own place here. And I think I can help. And they certainly can help. And I look at Gilix directly. These strange-looking people bring wealth with them unimaginable, Rakas. The ability to feed multiple armies, the ability to acquisition all of the slavers to our side. We would be able to unify. And if there's any kind of role you want me to make, because that's where my power lies, is in my skill sheet.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, it's a good argument. Well, it's a reasonable argument, sort of, to start. Yeah, persuasion to start.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. I mean, it's not that good. But
It's all right.
I will use guidance.
Thank you.
Look something up.
Yeah, you're like, you
you know,
basically,
like.
Now,
it's okay. Aren't you an eloquence bard?
I am an eloquence bard. But here's the thing, I gotta roll lucky on that, is the thing.
So,
Have
yeah,
you used
you
lucky
point-
today already?
Well, it's gonna be
3
a minimum
times
of a
today.
10.
You
Yeah.
Did, but it was in a different place and time.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Alright, so one more d20 roll. Please. Lucky. Make it happen. This is
Plus
gonna be
2 or
at
ones.
a
Let's see
plus
it.
5.
Wow.
So that is a base of 14, I get a plus 5, so it's a 19 total.
Plus guidance.
Which is
Or
a
did you do that
d4.
already?
I didn't.
D4,
Yeah.
yeah.
19 plus 3.
22. But yeah, you direct his focus to Gilix, and Gilix does not look happy with him.
He doesn't give two fucks about you, Gilix.
The way Gilix wants it.
You speak in dreams. I'm here for reality. Show me what you offer. This talk means nothing to me. You're safe here. You're not here to rob you. If you are truly speaking from the heart, then prove it.
You have always been a man of your word and admired for your courage in battle. But this amount of money would turn... Oh, money. Balls. This amount of gold would turn even the most honest man into a vicious murderer. You don't wrap your... You can't grasp. I'm just gonna go to who has the gold again? Who's the one with the bag? Gilix. Go up to Gilix. I just whisper to him. I just want to match what he showed me. Just the 2 pieces.
Oh yeah, this is so
I
bright.
look. Yeah, I look at him. It doesn't come in pieces, you know.
It can never be easy.
Like push it out like a push pop just a little bit.
Yeah, because like my worry is that like yeah,
It's a block off.
Yeah.
He just like pieces.
yeah, it's like he's like, yeah, you're gonna be chill here, but then if we just drop this fucking load of gold, it's like,
Roll insight.
yeah, okay, I will roll.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
I would
I was thinking.
I would also like to roll.
Yeah, go
is
for
it
it.
just a block of gold that's worth 50 gold?
Can we?
Oh
can
my
more than
God.
2 people roll it? Because I was gonna say I wanted to. When he said that, I was gonna wait
You're
until
fine.
Hungs was done.
It's not that big of a deal. If more than
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm
Hungs,
not worried about it.
Hungs is nervous. He can't suss it out.
I mean, multiple people being inquisitive about a person isn't really that big a deal.
Yeah. Want to be sure.
You guys don't know. Hungs, I think, Gilix, you really don't know. I think your anger clouds your judgment. The,
I was gonna say
Hungs,
just hate
I
him.
would say that he's a man of his word. He's like a warrior's oath kind of a guy, right? Very much honor driven.
Mhm.
The, Gora, he's telling the truth. 100%.
Show him.
He doesn't really care for such things so much. He cares about the end goal, not the means, mostly.
Gilix is going to open the bag, and rather than grabbing this gold, sorry, you cleared my throat. I'm going to float it out. This pound brick of gold. and
Just
I'm
like
gonna
Jesus
float it in
did.
front of me.
Just like Jesus.
Just like Jesus.
You remember that time you negotiated with that war guy?
And Jesus things. He sits forward. You hear multiple people in the room, guards on every side of him, kind of gasp a little as he's eyeing it up.
I imagine it lights the room up a bit. This giant chunk of gold, like
Yeah, it shines
reflecting.
off of even the torchlight in the area.
The best
You
part
see him
is
kind of look
Gilix
over his
can't
shoulder a little
remember where
bit.
he got it.
You see him kind of look over his shoulder a bit. If anyone so much as moves, you'll be dead before you get there.
I am very impressed. No one is moving. Even Hunks is holding perfectly still.
I'm gonna give it a few seconds, and then I'm gonna put it back in the bag.
You see him reach up and snap behind him. Next to him, you see, like he was always there, a robed figure just appear next to him. You see these kind of long black, like drawn on, like lines across the face, this tribal symbol. This almost decrepit man kind of leans over. And you see him whisper up to him, kind of shrouded, as all you can see is most of the hood down. You see a little bit of ears kind of on either side, kind of poking up sharp. And you see him whisper something to him, looking at you guys. You see the man bow and whisper back. And just like he was never there, he disappears.
Does he's like a robed figure?
Yes.
Is it like similar looking robe at all to like what Basil
He's adorned in
would
orange. He's adorned
Okay.
in orange.
Okay.
It's like a burnt.
Burnt sienna.
Or orange.
The worst color, Rocket League. Yeah.
He's from UT.
Hungs, you never cease to amaze me. You always have something interesting. And this is interesting.
I'm just sorry all those other times that it was a trick.
Not every time. We like having you around. At least it's entertaining. What do you propose I do? You plan on building an army? I'm on your side. I no longer plan to sit and just decay away. It is not my style. I grow weary over the years. My side falters. The ad falters. I do not think there will be peace between us.
Maybe not, but there doesn't quite have to be perfect peace. So long as, you know, the king is dead. So, as I illustrated earlier, anyone would kill for this much money. So, I keep saying money. we just use this as a bargaining chip, and we will get everyone that we can able to fight. And you can see that, like, Hungs has no concept of military strategy. This is not this aspect of the plan, probably not the way things should be brought about, but he has like stars in his eyes, and he just sees like all these people coming together.
Although I do agree with you, I think it'll be difficult. Traders come in here every day. People for hire. We could gather forces, but it will not be unnoticed. That amount of money floating around, even in small bits of change here and there. It will catch eyes. We will need to deflect from that, if that's the case.
I nervously, for the first time, reveal my loot to people outside of my house that aren't the party. And I just say, I can be a distraction, one like you've never seen.
I bear no ill will towards the ad, although not that it would leave this building. I do not care for their ways. They are weak, small-minded, plan on fading away into the distance. A faint thought. But I mean them no harm. They do not feel the same sometimes. And thus, our rivalry continues. It's not like you're going to turn me and my brother to help each other. It would take a mighty force to make that happen. You hear the door open behind you. A passed out guard sitting over the shoulder of a woman. You see Tariff behind you. Your house has become unwelcome as of late. You see him kind of sit back in like amazement.
Arif was the one that was his sister or something.
Correct.
I think we heard them as Nadia.
Got it. And as she bursts in, I'll just be like, "Ah, yes, she's on our side as well."
Nadia is the elder, just so you know. If I ever crisscross that, that's my mistake, but that's the elder.
I
Nadia
definitely
was the guy that got drained.
No.
Nadia was.
Oh, I definitely got mixed up.
Okay, no worries. No worries.
I thought they
Nadia
were
is
in the room
very
with
much
him.
elder.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, I will correct my notes.
Yeah, because last session we were talking to Nadia because she ran in after King killed Fool, dude, whatever his name
No.
was.
That is not
Oh.
Nadia.
Okay.
Yeah,
If I
thought
said
was her
that,
too.
it's 100% my mistake. No,
Okay.
this is the true.
No problem.
Her name is Tariff.
So who's Nadia?
That is the elder from the dark. I apologize.
Got it.
That's one of the primary sources for my confusion in the last session when you were like, yeah, like this is the elder, and I was like, I don't, or not the elder, but this is the leader, and I was like, I don't even know who this is. But yeah, okay, it makes sense now.
No, I apologize. That's my
You're
mistake.
right. Got it.
Sorry. Your
So-
house has become weak and feeble. Obviously, she drops like the unconscious body onto the ground. Things have arisen, and I've met some. Well, it seems you have met them as well. People of late that have voiced reason in an unreasonable world. I see your scar hasn't healed. That's unfortunate. I don't know what they've told you, but they speak the truth.
We haven't told him the best part yet.
They haven't told you everything. Please let them continue.
Would you like to tell him?
Honestly,
Do you still wish to speak, Hungs, or should I chip in now?
Once it got to the what we do with the money, Hungs is bad at that. Hungs is like, yeah, let's just get a whole mercenary army, and we'll yeah. So that's where he wants you to jump in.
it's legit. That's how you do it.
I look at him. I look at him, and I look at her. You need pikes. You need water. You need rope and chain. The giants are coming. The
There it
Lithogeal are
is.
gone.
The
And no
giants
more
are coming.
slaves.
And no more slaves while you're at it.
And I
What
love
is the
giants.
least of your worries.
What giants are coming?
The giants.
All of them.
The ones underground.
The ones controlled by the Lithogeal. I doubt it.
They are no more.
They are without power.
Oh my god. I roll so good when I don't need to. And he looks at her. He trusts her. Even though he doesn't like her so much. She's just sitting there like nodding along with you guys. The giants. You destroyed the Lithogeal.
Go in the heart.
This is something you
Right.
speak freely of.
I hold up the heart of Obsidian Spade.
Love that.
You've doomed us all. This one obviously doesn't like slavery. Yet we will all become slaves soon then.
Then perhaps you should pick up weapons instead of bickering.
This is why we are here, though. Salune needs our help in this city.
As does Castrodon, if somehow you don't know of Salune.
Gods have returned, and this is their will.
I know not of your gods. Although I do not like the one wreathed in bone holding the gold. I really don't like the flowers he brings under his feet. I do.
And I do not like you.
I didn't ask. I do believe you
Nothing
guys.
about you.
Hold your tongue or you will be removed. Well, if we're all gonna die, I guess we might as well go out together.
This was our line of thinking.
Do you think this god of yours has any power over what's happening then? I'm still at odds with the idea that you would willingly unleash a plague upon the earth. Upon all of us. All of Justera.
We didn't do it for the plague. We did it because the means of the lithogeal were worse.
Well, yeah.
You were going to die slowly anyways.
This is the natural order of things.
Roll persuasion. All of you. Every single one, except for you, Beazle, because you've been quiet the entire time.
Oof.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean persuasion for you, Gilix. Yours is not persuasion. What at all?
Well, whatever,
Intimidation for sure.
whatever charisma I'm rolling, it's a -1. So
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna give myself guidance. Hold
Cora.
it's okay. He wouldn't
on.
like Gil.
Mine is a 12.
Wait, so real quick, if it's like a group check like this, are you just taking the highest one, or is it like the total of them
It depends. It's
Depends on what's
his
happening.
choice.
all? Okay.
I mean,
So
if you were
if it's-
going to, if
say
you're
there's
gonna
a
use
stealth roll,
sorcery
right?
points,
Say there's a
Yeah,
stealth
that's what I
roll,
was thinking.
right? Stealth is a really good example because if you guys are all trying to sneak, it's very easy for someone that rolls very, very, very high to help a member that does not roll high and is bad at something along the way. It's very explainable to do so, right? So if the group average is reasonably high, then the group as a whole is watching out for each other, helping each other out, etc. If it's very if it's very individualistic arguments that's happening at a certain scenario, and you're rolling something like this, the weight of someone's argument and a high roll and persuasion effect will kind of ring out just a little bit more depending on what someone is saying. But overall, even though Gilix is just awful, the difference is like if I take, okay, I'm gonna say this really quick and then move on because I don't want to pull the curtain too hard, right? So, but if I take somebody like Gilix, right? Gilix does not have. He's not sitting there trying to give an argument. He's very upset in this moment. His past is coming back to him. He's seeing what he sees in front of him. It's not great for him. Him rolling really shitty doesn't really mean anything because he's already bad in this situation, right? He's not doing great to persuade anybody or intimidate, honestly. So the idea of him rolling and I mean, if he rolled amazing, it would make more of a difference than him rolling really shitty. It would show most like respect than anything else. But okay, let me move on.
Well, in this case, can I use my Ben Luck to help Hungs out with his roll?
Ooh.
Can you read Ben Luck, please?
How do I post it?
You can. Yeah, there you go.
That?
Ooh. I'll apply it to the number. Sick.
it's like a
You
guidance.
can use it as a penalty too. That's cool.
That is really cool.
Roll your D4, my friend.
Yeah, the way that it looks like
Wait.
Bezel rolls it.
And it says standard roll. That didn't roll it. Hold on, I'll just roll a D4.
Yeah.
Not
Nice.
bad.
Take those.
little bump.
Oh, it uses wild magic.
Oh, you can tell from the eye laser?
That's in more details.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I'll help you. Uniting the sides is not going to be as easy as you think. Just because she's in the room doesn't mean that we're really going to get anywhere. We need something that's going to show unification. My people will follow me, but not everyone listens to me. And they shouldn't.
We will make a display at the slave fights tomorrow.
Go on.
That's as far as my brain has gotten.
Sounds good. I have a lot of...
It
Go
may
ahead.
be best that not everyone follows. It is to your point that unification may seem unusual to the king and his followers. If you make it too obvious, then they may suspect something is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, my sister... Go ahead, go ahead.
The stragglers that don't follow the plan, although it may cause some consequences, in the long run, I think it's for the best.
I like your plan, but it's terrible. Having all the people in one place and swaying them all at once is obviously the best solution. You take people, leave them out in the city. The uprising won't happen. People are in their homes, Templars around. They are useless, for a better word. They will hide, they will run. Put them all in one place. Sway them all at the same time, and your crowd will mean something the Templars can't do with. The Colosseum, for example. Not a soul misses it. Sway them there, you might have a chance. Then your uprising will show something. But you better have a damn good plan. I will use my contacts to try to get you militia. I will need some of that gold to do so, though. You have my word on this. I will help. Just keep my sister away from me. She sits up. This was actually quite easy. I didn't have to say much at all.
Will the king be there?
Yes, he will be there. He's always there. He always takes the winner.
We will have targets on our backs after this, will we not?
Well, you unleashed the Horde upon all of Justera, and some people know that, so I would imagine you probably have targets on your backs already. Although I imagine it's not going to matter. I hope your god has something in plan to save us all.
Do you know anything of the darkness?
I know it appeared some years ago. An old friend of mine might be able to help you, but I cannot. I am not the religious type.
We mean to go there.
I've seen people go in there. They never return. I wouldn't just walk in freely. Just because your eyes can see doesn't mean the rest of you will follow just as closely.
Your friend, can we meet him?
You can meet her.
I'm sorry.
She sits on the outskirts of town, outside the walls. Pungs, you know of her.
Sorry, I was writing lyrics for a song that we're gonna sing soon. What's up?
You know of the Elder. You know of Nadia.
Yeah.
She's... well, she breathes.
If she knows of the darkness, we will talk to her.
She's the only religious type I know. None of us have faith anymore.
Surely that will change.
You hear the bone chains pull taut as standing up, the tall leader of the Strahd cracks as he stands. You can see him kind of shifting his arm around. All right, everyone out. I don't want anyone seeing you here. I will need a chunk of that gold, though. I'll find you mercenaries.
I'm gonna take out the Graggle.
This will be interesting.
And
Beazle, you see like a multi-tool coming out of his pocket. Basically, it's like every tool known to man, all wrapped. It's like a
Is it the view icon?
Swiss
yes,
Army
it's
knife?
like a Swiss Army knife of proficiency, tool proficiencies kind of.
Is that what the view icon is at the bottom of the map?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Oh, what's it called? Grackle?
The Graggle.
Graggle?
I didn't even notice that was down there.
I couldn't find a more reasonable image, something with that. You take out the Graggle, Gillix.
yep, I take out this ingot and some like cutting tool. And I will cut off a coin's worth.
You
A
hear
small
footsteps
fraction.
walking towards you as chained individuals to a man stands in front of you.
I look at him again. What is the cost of their freedom to you?
Been a slave before, I see. Although you bear no markings.
Not anymore.
Pennies,
Tell me this.
bits on the gold for what you carry.
I cut off a larger chunk of the gold, like 10 gold pieces.
I will set them free
All of them.
as a show of good faith for the bullshit we're about to rain down. Yeah, you can well overpay for every single slave in the city. It's like not even close, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
that's why I
it's
use the
so
metaphor of the mountain.
catastrophically-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I use the mountain metaphor because of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so excessive how much we have.
So I
it's
have
like
a
insane. It's
so
an
I have
absolute
an-
insanity.
So I have an even amount. I'll keep the 1 coin's worth, and I'll give them the 10 coins worth. I expect their freedom by the end of tomorrow.
You see him pull out a blade, metallic. It's got a bone handle, and you see him slice down at both of the chain links close to him. You see still some of the chains kind of dingle, like jingle, like close to like his calves area, but he thank this man. He is
No.
your savior.
You're your own people now. I do not care what becomes of you.
They both stand up and walk over to you as multiple guards come up and take the links off of their chest, off their neck. Sorry.
As they come up to me,
They both bow in your presence.
I don't let them bow. I lift. I don't choke or anything. I just keep them up.
Yeah, they try
And-
really hard. I need an athletics check.
You're like, damn, they have just enough strength to fucking overpower me.
Felix is
17.
Use some beefy
Hold
slaves.
them up. as they begin to.
And floating out of the bag again, I say, you must be prepared to fight. Like your lives depend on it, because they do. And I hand them each a hand axe.
They hold on to him. We will go with you. We will fight with you. Of our own volition. And they
Fine.
stand at attention.
Can
Yeah.
I ask what type of flowers are growing under Gilix's feet?
It's a lot like it's kind of like daisies and a lot of it's like weird because like a lot it's definitely influenced by his personality. It's like shit you'd think that doesn't have thorns 100% has thorns.
I was gonna say, I was hoping that it, like, when Gilix is, like, pissed, it, like, grows, like, thorny shit.
Wait, so is it like growing indoors as well, or is it just like are these dirt floors?
No, it sprouts everywhere he's at. You just see
even,
them
like,
apparate on the floor.
wood or stone and stuff.
Yeah, you see them like pushing their way up, kind of
He's
moving their way through the
destroying the
ground.
house. He's just being inside of it. He's fucking destroying it.
That's okay. I think the 10 gold will pay for damage.
Yeah. That's
But
awesome.
So when I like see this happen, I immediately sort of get filled with like a flash of hope, and I just like run over to Gilix's leg, and I'm still like unable, like I'm still too choked up to talk. But like I start pulling his leg and start pointing at Wishy Washy.
I look at the gnome. The dead gnome. Gilix kind of,
she's
honestly... Yeah, she's dead. Wasn't...
I don't have to tell you. So.
Gilix was not paying attention to the dead body. Like, out of all the things Gilix would pay attention to, the dead body kind of...
It's the last one.
Yeah. And I look at him again, and don't kill any more gnomes.
He started to turn. I didn't kill her.
Who did?
Duplicity. She escaped. Tried to find some sort of solace here. If she would have lived, I would have put her in slavery. But she would have lived.
Then I'll keep an eye
Duplicity is
on
the
it.
group that claims to be Selene followers.
Well, that
There's
have the symbol.
They
of
have
Selene.
the yes, they have the symbol. Yeah, there's no claim at all. There's just a mark.
Because we haven't met any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess get out like he wants. Business done for now.
Is she a friend of yours?
I nod.
My
I just look down
condolences.
at him.
And he turns.
What'd he say?
My condolences. He doesn't really mean it, though.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can tell.
I'm
Dana
gonna.
looks up. I think my side doesn't have the most propensity to go to all of the arena-style fighting. We definitely have the least amount in the crowd. But I think I can change that. While you guys are doing your thing, I can try to drum up support and going, maybe as a free action. And when the time comes, if you need me, I will stand with you. I will support.
Oh.
Thank you.
Who brings
I might
the
have to do
slave?
something though, because everyone thinks that it's been so long now that everyone thinks that Bryn is actually me. So
Who brings the slaves in? Is it you, Flynn, or someone else? Not talking to Nadia, talking to Prakash.
Tariff, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I feel really bad about that one actually.
Yeah, no worries.
Different groups around here, mostly traders. Citrix owned. Son of the king.
We have met him, unfortunately.
Some weeks, months back, we used to get deliveries from another organization, but they've been quiet ever since. The Bannermind, if you've heard of them. They seem to have stopped as of late.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
Oh, I have contacts to meet. I have a lot of work to do. Stop
Yeah.
planting flowers in my fucking house.
I will plant flowers where I please.
I was gonna say,
I'm gonna walk out.
before we leave. Actually,
Intimidation, man.
What?
Because he might beat your ass. Roll intimidation.
I hate these flowers as much as you, but don't tell me what to do.
There's one thing I hate more than these flowers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay. The loan is better here, for sure. He pays you no mind.
I want to wait till Gilix leaves, and then I'm just gonna say something to the two people that he freed, and I'll be like, "If you'd like to help," with like a smirk on my face, I'll be like, "Spread word of the Flower Prince."
Gillick, the Flower Prince.
We were gonna follow you, but if that suits him better, then we will. He's the
Yes,
only
he would-
savior we've ever known.
He would love that.
I gotta come into this conversation.
yeah, no, Gilix does just leave. Gilix does need like the fresh air. He's just like,
But Gora, you do see Hung's overhears and he writes something down in his notebook. Flower Prince. That'll make a good lyric. But I look at the recruits as well. Our first green recruits. What are your names?
Camilla, and this is my. Well, he's a guy. His name is. I actually don't know his name. He's like, my name's Brownus.
Brownus. And what was the first one again?
Camilla.
Milla?
Camilla and what?
Brownus.
Branus.
Milla.
It's Bron.
Bronwall,
Brownus and Milla.
Bronus. Yeah.
I take a look at both of them and I look at the axes in their hands. And I'm like, and I look over at Gilix, who's just had enough of this, and I'm like, I admire your effort, but you've got a long way to go until you're capable like that. Tell you what, there is something useful you can do. I pull out my lute. I like strum it a little bit. Da-da-da-doom. Repeat after me.
Uh huh.
Know us as the freelancers, the lancers of the free. If you desire freedom, then that is where we'll be. And we're going to start working out our band theme, or our theme song for our
Theme song?
yeah, our theme
Like
song for our
anthem?
troop. Yes, our
Yeah.
anthem.
Oh my god.
no.
They are visibly uplifted.
Welcome to the freelancers, Milla and Brownus. Brownus.
We shall spread the word of the Flower Prince.
As you should. Salune be with you.
Okay, bye. Let's. I need a piss so bad. So, piss break really quick, and then we'll move on from here for whatever the fuck you guys want to do.
Okay.
Or, let's go in the dark.
Bravo, guys. Beazle, awfully quiet in that one. Your
Yeah, no.
your shyness shines through.
That's not even my shyness, dude. It was seeing a dead friend and then being very sad about it, and also when I heard that duplicity killed them, being overwhelmed with guilt. And like
Sure.
I felt like
Yeah.
I couldn't really say or do anything, you know. That was just my main focus.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we're making Gillick Stormborn, Breaker of Chains.
Yeah, I've thought that for a few sessions now.
Yeah.
Plus her
It's
cost
so-
is super intimidating. So like I
It's so ridiculous that he's like the hero of this game, basically.
Yeah. When he when he chopped them off, they came. Can we worship you? It's like fuck. Fantastic.
Flower Prince has come to save you all.
Yeah. The flower prince.
Damn it.
I was trying to
As-
think of like what I
this is
could
like the-
call him.
The flower
And-
prince has come to save you all. It's like the giants are coming. I released them.
Yeah.
I was just like, that kind of works because Vegeta's the Prince of all Saiyans, and he's kind of Vegeta, so. You know.
He's kind of Vegeta. He kind of is Vegeta, actually.
He's a Kakarotless
You were saying
Vegeta.
about Rakash though, like he's an asshole, but he's not a dick about it.
Yes. He's like... He's
Yeah.
a person of the times.
Yeah.
He's a way.
He's like, I would have enslaved her, just so you know.
You're muted, Mike Keel.
For the best.
Okay. You gather your things, what's left of your wits, and then you exit Rakas's dominion, right? Leading out the way. Terra leads out, and you see her quickly just almost vanish. She just bolts it. Very, very, very fast, high-level monk. She just sprints. You just see like a pile of dust behind her as she doesn't want to deal with all the yellow or the orange shirted people in the area. You exit, leaving a trail behind you. The two individuals that are now a part of the cause spread out throughout the city, having taken like kind of tearing off some of like the regalia on the outside of the establishment, kind of adorning themselves so they don't look like they don't belong anywhere. And you guys stand out on the precipice of his establishment. The freelancers, where would you like to go? You have most of the day.
Damn.
Hungs,
I
I
vote Nadia.
wish to speak to Nadia.
Or like walking out, and I'm just like, huh? Oh, Nadia, yes. I believe she would be free to speak to around this time. I don't see why that would be a problem. We should get your curiosity about that place sated so that we can move on.
Hungs. Nadia's on the outskirts of town. You will have to leave the city, head north, just a little bit. She's not far, but she definitely doesn't like to be. Not a huge fan of being bothered, but not. She used to live in the city, which is the only reason you actually know her. But she got tired of the city life and just kind of moved out. But she lives on the outskirts, is from what you've heard.
The outskirts can be a little rough. Mind your step this way. And try to navigate them as easily as I can.
Yeah, as we kind of head off in that direction, like as we get away from like the guards and stuff, I look at Hungs. You better be happy. I was this close to trading blows with Rakash.
In the short time that I have known you, I can say that I am proud that you restrained yourself. I could see the tension building, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to talk my way out of that. He wasn't liking my metaphors. But it worked.
You still took too long to get to the giants. You
Maybe.
will not have that luxury in the future.
Look, the giants coming is a reality that you have known for quite some time, but I have only been aware of this for a day and a half, so you'll excuse me if I don't cut right to that.
You will learn.
He's gonna teach you how to persuade people.
Did our 2 followers leave, or are they like with us?
No, dude,
Split.
no. Yeah, they
They
split.
were definitely going to follow you, but
Right.
Yeah.
wise words from Gora made them split and
Yeah.
spread the good word.
Yeah, they have a mission.
Yeah.
Hey, Gilix thinks he knows what to say.
I literally see that there's gonna be a moment in the future where like I'm up like talking to somebody and I look back at Gilix and then he has like that Papa moment and I just look at them and I stone face and just say the giants are coming. Did I do good, Papa?
Anyways, yeah, I roll performance and. Anyways, so you spread out, making your way. You work your way out of the city. Trade during the day is rather thick in the city, especially in the main gate. So it's not that extremely difficult to get in and out. Although I would say Hungs that especially during nightfall and stuff, like people are definitely more looked over as they do try to enter and exit. And the way in which people do enter the city normally would be, what's a good way to put this? If you don't look like a trader, you don't belong most of the time, right? If you have nothing to peddle, there's no reason for you to be here, right? So if you're not if you don't have a cart full of goods or something like that, they don't take stragglers, right? You're not just coming into the city for no fucking reason, right? The people that they take in for slave trade reasons would be very much already established, right? And what I mean by that is like they're not here to capture people most of the time, and they're not, like if the organizations that deal in slave trade are bringing a chain gang with them, does that make sense? If people are very much not able to fight back, etc., they're not going to let people in and then just try to enslave them. They would much rather, it's a lot easier to just buy them because they're already almost trained in a way, if that makes sense. So getting through the front gate, if you don't look like obviously you guys walked in, there was a big hoopla going on when you guys first entered the city initially, but the trade in and out, I would say Hungs, out of anybody, you would know how to get through, make it look like you have business in the area. So I won't even make you roll for it. I think it's reasonable for you just to know. You guys make your way out of Strackmore, moving a little to the east from, and I would say that maybe you've never been there, but it's like rumors on the air. You work your way east first along one of the main roads, cutting across fields, cutting across crop, however lowly and not great the crop seasons are around here. You work your way through fields, working your way back north again.
It might get a bit better as I walk past.
Yeah, that's true. Planting new life as you some new nitrogen in the ground.
So easy to track us, dude.
I actually thought of one other thing I want
I
to
know.
ask.
Follow
Gora.
the gold brick road made of flowers.
I have something I want to ask too on this journey. If we get time after
Go
this.
for it. Yeah,
After this.
just on your way. Go for it.
Gora.
Yes, Gilix.
Back in your times, you'd been to what is now Strackmore.
Yeah, it's a bustling city.
Do you know it was in the darkness before.
I'm assuming the darkness wasn't there the last time I was there.
No, it was very much a place of worship and a really beautiful shrine to Selene and Gastrodon.
I believe that was the, chapel, if you will, religious part.
So it looks like our suspicion is most likely correct.
Yes. I am unsure if it is a curse, dark magic, someone hated the gods.
Or the gods themselves.
Perhaps someone desecrated the shrine.
Could
Or
be
it is a
any
pest.
number of things. Perhaps we'll find duplicity there then,
Possible?
in the
Yes,
shrines of
they seem
Selene.
connected.
Hunks is listening interestingly. There's no way it's nothing but just blackness there. Yeah. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about? I wanted to ask Bezel something.
Report.
Bezel, and how did you know that gnome, the wishy-washy?
I've just been looking down while we were walking, just that, and I through all the contemplation, like reflection while we've been walking, I look up to him, and like from reacting to what he says, a tear just swells up and rolls down my face.
Hunks just
But I don't
stops.
say anything.
Oh no. I walk up to you. I'm really young. You could be any age, but I feel like a vulnerability in you, in this. And I hug you. Wrap my arms around you. Hug you.
I think I would be surprised by this, and it feels like a familiar feeling from a long time ago, and it does make me happy. And I slowly put my arms around you, but I guess your leg, because I'm much shorter than you.
Yeah.
Your belly touches his face.
Yeah. It's like you're hugging Buddha. Yeah. And I just try to be like comforting, vulnerable. We don't gotta get into the specifics of it. I definitely want to console you on your loss if we can before we get there.
I think it only makes me grow closer to you and the group. And then I take like a big gulp and just a long sigh, and I wipe away my tears and give a little nod.
You guys travel henceforth. I will give both of you. I like characters at their like worst points of weakness. Like it's like leaning into it as far as like what really drives people. I'm gonna give you both advantage in your next roll, no matter what it is.
And you just reminded me that I'm a bard and I can actually do stuff about this. So I'm gonna inspire you, Bezel.
Isn't that only for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, it works for 10 minutes, but yeah.
Alright.
I get mine back on a short rest too, so it's not a waste for the day.
Continuing on your journey, stopping, pausing for a second, having chats, you make your way north towards the walls, the leaning cliffs of where Strackmore is. You see small bits of trees kind of pop up here and there, although small, some dead, some alive. You see the cliff faces in front of you, towering above you as you walk closer. Hungs, Give me history check, just out of curiosity.
Yep.
If there was like I think there should be another check for this actually, but like I think like the way that Pathfinder does it with like dungeon sense and stuff like that, or like town talk and shit like that, whatever the fuck that one's called. Um.
Oh, I got advantage that you did say on my very next roll. So let me go ahead and
Mhm.
use that now. I don't want to forget. Oop-a-doo, hist around. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. The only thing you remember from this is it's a rumor called the Three Wise Men. The rock formations as you walk up, you kind of fanning out as a group. You're looking for something specific, particular. You know, it's kind of like a riddle within like just the town or something like that. There's a way to get to her in a way. You spread out, you get closer to the wall as you begin looking. You know she's cave driven somewhere around here. And you begin to look slowly, piece by piece. You see large pieces of rock just kind of everywhere. And as you look and kind of survey the area, you see things kind of come into alignment. Like as you see multiple rocks kind of working their way together. It's like seeing that's a good way to put this. You ever seen abandoned buildings where they have a glass picture out in the front of it where it has what it used to look like on it, and you line it up to the old building and you can see kind of what it was in its mainstay. You ever seen that? It's like a large glass pane with exactly an old picture of the building itself. And although it's beaten down and run down, if you stand in the perfect spot, lining every single windowsill up, you can see it in all of its glory and real structure kind of behind it. You see three rocks in alignment. You see them against, parallel to the wall specifically, but you walk around and looking around. And almost like an arrow on the horizon, you look, and the shapes of the rocks kind of peer a large, like, porthole. Pointing up, you see a small bit of trail that's kind of buried within the rock. Very, 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 very thin. And you work your way closer and closer. And you see a kind of jagged one way, other way, this zigzagging as the footpath gets wider as it goes on the way up. You found your entrance. Scaling the wall piece by piece carefully. I need acrobatics checks from you, please.
Guidance.
Ooh.
I like how when your dice hit each other, they
Whoops.
don't change the original result.
I'm gonna be honest. I clicked it once and I saw it didn't happen, so I just spam clicked it.
Well, you had advantage, so it would be
That's
your
true.
It would be your 19.
Does that have to
The
be?
the ledge is real thin. You get kind of halfway up the wall, not even sure where you're going at this point. Hung's probably not telling you that he has really no idea where he's going, but I'm not sure. It's up to him.
Yeah, he's humming the riddle in the town to himself, and he's like, the three rocks converge at the point, and then how did it go? Zigzag roads tell you to. No, that's not it.
You work your way up. A break in the wall, Magooger begins to fall. Reaching down, grabbing him. Gilix of all people. Reaching down and grabbing him. You kind of steady yourself, hauling him back on as you work your way further up.
Stupid skinny path.
Rather than grabbing him, can I just like? So I have telekinetic power. Gillick's not really looking, using both of his hands to steady. Just he's gonna start falling, and then just stopping, go like just
Yeah, sure.
be
Yeah.
righted again.
Give me handholds.
You,
I'll
you,
just climb up the mountain. I don't need these stupid paths.
Walking faster than anyone else. Yeah, I'm taking you to your word. McGuger, you begin scaling the walls you're like a god of climbing.
Hung's just you see Hung's just like what? Like as his eyes just follow.
Arriving 10 parsecs before every single other person in the area, you see a small cave opening. Do you go in?
I think this is the one.
No, not you. Just McGuger.
Oh shit.
Oh,
The motherfucker climbed so fast.
Sorry.
This seems right. It's just
You begin
Do a
walking
little
forward,
scouting,
McGuger. Yeah, you begin walking forward. Your cave seems small, but you fit barely. You kind of get on all fours, kind of sliding your way in as you see the tunnel kind of open up in front of you. You smell something on the air. It's like a bit of food, nourishment, and it smells like some kind of stew. It smells delicious. As you keep walking further, you see it kind of turn and bend just a little bit as it kind of opens up into a large area. You see a living space with like a dirt floor built up to a bed. In the far reaches, you see kind of a bunch of like alchemical. You see the same kind of scenario where it's like a bit of rock, either like chiseled out, kind of put into some sort of flat surface, and you see like a mortar and pedestal, and all made out of bone. And then in the middle, you see a large pot brewing. And you don't see anybody specifically. What do you do, McGuger?
Someone does live here. I should check on the others though. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit to make sure they're not stuck.
Yeah, that's great. You go to turn around, and there's a small woman bent over, hunched over. You see this elongated nose that kind of curls down and actually touches her chin. The it's very skinny, and it reaches down, and she looks up at you, and she's like, "Are you here to eat me?"
You don't look like much of a meal.
I can't believe my luck. Hold on. And she hobbles over to the wall. You see her grab a bunch of like this pouch, and she brings it over to you. This will just take a moment. Are you friendly?
Yes.
She jumps on your back. She climbs up on top of you, and she begins to shave you. The back of your like all like the hair on your arms,
Back hair, right?
anything that's left on you. She begins to like. She's like climbing all over you. Like begin shuffling around, like moving. As she takes this very thin piece of bone, and the hair is hitting the floor all around you. The rest of you guys walk into a woman shaving McGuger.
Get her off of me.
How many times is this going to
this
happen
is-
to you, McGuger?
This is such a rare occasion.
I'm reminded of the time that I shaved his back.
I don't know why small creatures know my weakness.
Roll athletics, please.
Oh, okay.
This poor lady.
Not even close. She's like all around you, just like she's nimble as fuck. This old woman. She's just like climbing. You're reaching around trying to like get to her. She just like shifts and moves, flying all around your body. As finally, kind of hopping down, there's just this pile of McGuger shavings on the ground, and she begins to start collecting them. Oh.
Is McGuger just like bald now? Completely?
Just see his dick swinging.
Messing with Sasquatch.
What is the meaning of this?
How
Yes,
cold?
you bring the most wondrous of guests as she's sweeping up the.
She spoke to who?
Hungs. Hungs,
Oh.
you bring the most wondrous of guests. Wait, hold on.
Oh God.
She's running around just like sweeping up stuff.
Hi. Yes. It was quite difficult to find you here. Nadia?
Yes.
She turns and I see her nose and I'm like, oh my gosh. I look at Gora. She's been busy uniting the moons, it seems.
I was just say, is her nose like a crescent moon?
She
Yeah.
takes the pile.
And
She's
it
got this
just
like bag
touches.
of hair, and she begins walking it over, and you see her grinding it immediately. She's working it.
Listen, Gora, I know she's important.
My luck.
Can we hurt her a little bit?
It's impeccable.
I'm cold.
On a desert continent, I'm cold.
It'll be cold at night.
Nadia, do you have a moment? If you could just stop for just...
She pours like an extra vial into it, and you see it kind of like turn to this like almost clay color, and she's like, "Oh, he's real. He's so real."
I try to talk over her as she's yelling, "We're here about the darkness, Nadia!"
She throws a bit. You see this like bunched up hair in this like clay, and she like chucks it across the room, and it fucking explodes. It like blows her bed like away from the wall, and she's like, It also heals.
It also heals.
I throw my hands in the air and look at Gora. Well, there was no guarantee anyway. It looks like it's just a lost cause.
Give her some time.
Since you used his hair, you might as well give him some of your concoction.
Yes. She begins clipping the flowers at your feet. She's like walking over to you guys, and she's, oh my god, it's so. She's like, you can see the sweat pouring down her face. She hasn't moved this fast in a long time. I don't get visitors. How long you have the most wondrous friends?
And now, I believe that we came... And then Hungs just stops dead, and he... What does that smell? What are you cooking?
Does everything have a thorn?
There's food here.
Yes, it's my week's worth of food. Well, go on. I guess.
Hungs helps himself.
Yeah.
I look at her and it's like, you should
She's-
know it is only a day's worth for Hungs.
She stands up. She's like only like 5 feet, not even close.
Literally the fat guy fat shaming in character.
Hey man, he's just a dude that loves to eat.
Same.
Sorry, I could not help myself, Mister. And she's looking at Magooger.
The name is Magooger.
Sometime, Magooger.
If you wanted hair, you could have asked.
You see her get really sad for a second. Your family is...
My family is dead.
They understand. They're proud of you. Anyways, what brings you to my humble abode?
The
Oh, my
darkness.
bed. My bed. The what?
The darkness. The moons.
You come in place of Selune.
He does.
Son, who do you follow?
Primarily Selune, but
Don't speak her name. Who do you follow?
I am open to Castrodon's will as well.
I'm just kidding. You can speak her name. She's a wondrous creature. You come in. You.
He gave me purpose in a world that went to. Well, you know what happened.
In case you haven't noticed, there's definitely no connection to Salune anymore. So, I
There is.
appreciate.
The gods have returned. Maybe not here,
What?
but Hungs, this is your chance.
What?
Tell
Hunks,
her.
he speaks in riddles. I do not understand him.
Felix talked to you about this.
These
Uh,
are your gods.
I'm currently blanking. If you could help me out.
The giants.
The giants.
Oh, okay. Thank you. No, I was missing it. I thought it was an important thing. Okay, yeah. Hungs looks over, swallows.
As he's like swallowing and getting ready, it's like, I will show you how to do it. We have unleashed the giants upon this land. They will slay everything if you are not protected.
Well, I can't imagine they'll come looking for me up here, but maybe. I feel much protection.
That's
Good.
good. It was the will of the gods that they return.
Is that how that's supposed to go? Hungs is like ridiculously astounded that it went like okay.
Wait,
I have spoken with her
Whoa.
many times. Mostly through him.
Him.
It seems every god desires a fraction of me.
Helix flows through him as we speak.
The thorns must be your influence. What a dirty attitude.
Do not blame me. Helix hates this land just as much as I do.
For good reason. You know nothing.
I know more than you think.
Yes. As someone who
Anyway.
knows nothing would think.
The darkness. Nadia, please. Why has it
What
appeared?
darkness? I do not know what you speak of, darling. What do you...
Do you not make your rounds to Strackmore?
He lives
Not
in a
any-
cave.
Oh. It was a sad day. The darkness came without warning. I was praying, giving thanks, even though they could not hear me. They stole it. They stole our conduit.
They,
Electricity.
the king,
They stole his. They stole their likeness. They stole her conduit.
Hmm.
There's a very bad man that lives in that city. I could not no longer stay there. He seeks relics, things of power. He seeks immortality.
the king.
False
Then-
king.
We're going to kill him.
False king, you say?
Self-proclaimed, I assume.
As most kings are. I almost feel bad for shaving you now. You might need that. Almost. There was a stone young child. You look way older than a young child, but I will call you this because
I am 1,000 years old.
in name only.
You were asleep for most of that time, Gora.
The Lune gave me life. Years beyond my measure.
Seems like she also gave you purpose.
Oh, yes. But anyway, the darkness.
Have you peered into it yet? I used to live very close. Sometimes it was fun to watch people disappear.
That's morbid.
I didn't know if they died.
I've been keeping them away, but I didn't think it was dangerous.
Oh. Well, no one leaves, so it's yeah.
I gazed once or twice. She beckoned me. I resisted. It seemed like dark magic.
It's a void. It's a longing. It's a sense of absence. That's all it is.
We need the conduit then.
Look at Gora. I'm like, of course it's dark magic. It's literally darkness.
Enough.
Calm down,
Not
Jesus.
all dark things mean you ill will.
No, I mean the
thrive
magic
in the darkness.
itself. Okay.
Flynn sought out such things. He sought out powerful items. Our conduit was one of them. It was a gem of infinite nothingness. Black as the soul. It was a way for us to commune. Even with the lack of other gods, were we still able to get through? But they stole it. I think the darkness is one of her own making. I do not think it's a curse. I think it's anger. It's been growing for years. I assume at some point it will take over the entire continent. A group came in. They stole. They took more than one thing.
Was it a conduit for Castrodon?
Yes. He's the other half of that coin. She resides there. Jesus, I burped. She resides there. Still. You can feel her anger. You can see it. He is her other half. Brings peace. Balance.
Sensing the heavy mood, Hungs is just going to be like, well, it looks like we'll be fighting giants in the dark, I suppose. Ha, 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 ha. Like, just no one, just dead.
You owe me 20 bits.
Hey. For the food.
I might look old, and I am, but I remember.
Oh, that time. Yes, yes.
Can I, or I'd like to slowly walk towards her and take out the tattered piece of cloth and present it to her. Is this the group that took the stuff?
There's no easier way to get into the temple than to look like one of its own. It is the mark of Selune. Although recent, it is... A group showed up. We paid no mind. They look like believers. Uncommon in this era. Too uncommon. If they bear that mark still, then it must be an adoption.
Interesting. Duplicity is duplicitous.
Yeah. Yes.
Then the conduits is what we need to unite the moons.
You may stand a chance, though. Flynn does seek dark power. He seeks light power. He seeks power in general. But Salune is still here. She fights. She would not let him use their power so easily. I do not believe that she was incorporated into the machine that he now uses, draws life from. I do not know what happened to it, but I would start with them. Those who took. You may be free to go into the darkness yourself. And she looks at Gora. But she might not distinguish you from friend or foe. She seeks unity. You
As
need
do
to
we.
give that to her.
We are working on it. It's funny. I did not know she needed that, but it was my first thought when we made it to that wretched town. We think alike. It's refreshing.
Would you like some hair shavings? I have some left.
Look over at Magooger, I'm like,
Just gonna glue it back on.
At least enough for the nutsack.
Yeah,
what
he
did
looks.
you make?
You didn't know. You didn't. You know. She looks at up at Gillix. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You know. You know.
I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't want to see Magooger like that.
It's a
Bug-
bomb.
Bugbear fur is explosive.
Unless ingested.
How big of a bomb?
I threw a pea, so
How much is there?
I'm not giving it to you. I literally made it for myself. You can make you can shape him whenever you feel like it.
What do you need a bomb for?
Listen, these do not happen to me very often. I am camping there.
All right. 300 bits. Gilix
You
doesn't
act
actually-
like money has some meaning out here.
Gilix doesn't care about the money, but he's just because she was asking for Hungs's 20 bits.
Yeah, Hunk's like, so do I have to not pay you back now?
What do you mean to use it for, Gilix?
Are you kidding me? We're in a city.
I can only shave Magooger once. You can shave him infinitely.
You
Takes
don't know
a
how
while
long
to
he'll
grow
be
back.
around.
He's a strong man. I can tell.
You think you could just push his fur out?
No?
I took out a diamond. What about this?
Don't give her anything. She took it from Magooger.
He walked
She
in here
owes it.
freely.
Are you saying it's okay to mug someone just because they walk in?
If I steal someone's gold and then their gold grows back in a week, have I stolen anything?
That's like asking if stealing crops is stealing or not.
Auto replanting crops.
Auto replaying.
That's not how that works.
She got me with that one. That's a good one.
Thank you for your information.
There's more.
Do
Maybe.
tell.
Okay. This group you seek. I could not linger near my home anymore. It was swallowed by the void. But I did try to get the stone back. They are far. They are deep to the west, close to Citrix almost. I'm not really sure why. Their compound is heavily fortified. I could not breach. But I don't think Flynn has your device. He does not have what you seek, I do not think. Unless he found a way to incorporate it, I doubt it. He seeks powerful things. It is powerful, but not in the way that he would like. They might have kept it as an heirloom or something.
So we storm the stronghold.
If you can.
How far away is it?
Oh, it's out there. Perhaps a day and a half, maybe 2.
Gora, I think we'll have to go there after dealing with Flynn. Unless this will have an immediate effect on him. We have put momentum in place.
Yes. I think we unify the people first. I try to speak to Salune and we'll see where it goes from there.
You see her shaving off part of McCougar's like back leg. Sorry, missed a spot. My bad. She's like,
I'll let you keep it if you can tell me something. I've been wondering this myself, but I look at Gora and Magooger, since we will probably be seeing M again soon. Do you have the faintest idea what this is? I'm going to take out the red and silver dagger hilt.
The one that burns you when you touch it.
Yeah. It had the note, his weakness.
That was given to us by the other letter?
K.
K.
From another.
Every kiss begins with K.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It's imprinted. From what I can tell.
Explain.
It's like a code, in a way. A weapon designed to kill one person. Effective against them only.
It's heavy.
So, I guess we have a weapon to kill a sad enslaved man with.
My thoughts exactly.
I wouldn't kill slaves if I were you.
I was hoping to help him tomorrow.
I who?
Someone we knew.
A very
I'm
powerful man somehow got entered into the slave pits tomorrow.
Someone must want them dead very badly.
Do they fight each other? What other monsters they fight? I'm unfamiliar.
They fight each other.
The victor gets.
Although they have known to. I have seen a few that they unleashed beings upon them for fun. I do not go often. Anymore, at least. It's too barbaric for me.
One last question. If your life's goal was to unify the people of Strackmore, how would you do it?
That is not my life's goal.
That is the if.
Is this a hypothetical?
Of course.
I would play to their one strength, the one thing they have in common. Life. Just life.
And children. They can go outside again.
And freedom.
You're awfully quiet. What do you do? You have no business? What are you doing here? Basil.
What do you mean?
You seem afraid, child. Are you afraid of a 5-foot woman?
Maybe.
Are you adorned by my beauty?
I start to blush.
It happens to most men. Do not be afraid.
I'm really just here because these guys have helped me more than anything, than anyone, and this group, and then I pull out the tattered cloth. These guys, took my brother and my friends, so I'm hoping we can save them.
Very heavy. Well, if they are dead, you did your best.
You know something about these people who took from the temple. What would they want with gnomes?
Honestly, I feel like they would have sold them off. They do not keep many slaves' mouths to feed and all, especially out in the wilderness like they are.
Does duplicity serve Flynn?
No, surprisingly not. They serve the city. They serve their own means. They deal in goods, people, whatever they need to. They're like a trade organization.
So what would they want with an object of power?
They do not belong to Flynn, but they do have done jobs for him, I'm sure.
So,
Because they wanted our small friend here for what he possesses, most likely.
I just instinctually put my hands over my belly protectively and back away a little bit.
She walks closer. Closer. Closer.
I
Closer.
want to run
Closing in.
behind Gora.
Closing in.
I would eventually try to get in there and just be like, look, now you do kind of want to keep your distance from our friend Basil here. A bit of a short fuse. He looks cute now, but you don't make him angry.
Okay. Okay.
I just look over at Basil and I wink. Wink.
I have a smile underneath my beak.
Well, if they were looking for you specifically, then you are not safe no matter where you go.
Why?
Lynn always gets what he wants. Always.
Not here soon.
I'm sure these people will protect you, though. And she smiles, kind of like turning away from you. Yeah. Like,
His day will come. I'm sure of it now.
How do we even know that Duplicity still has the conduit? The trade organization, they could have sold it easily.
that's true. That's very true. The fact that they still adorn the same cloaks means they must value it somehow. Must be a rather big prize for them. If Flynn did not want it, or could not use it, then maybe it's somewhat of a keepsake. Something to point to. Show what they can do. Were they wearing those cloaks when they abducted you and your friends? I apologize. Your brother and your friends.
I slowly nod behind Gora's leg.
They must take great pride in their abduction, then. They must have liked it. Otherwise, they would not still continue to wear them. You see her leaning back over. She's just like, can't even stand standing anymore. She's just like, now.
Tell me, Nadia. You seem like you know how to mix things for power.
Now, I can make a good stew, I agree.
Did you know Mentor?
I do not know of which you speak, but the look in your eyes kind of scares me.
He looked like this.
Does this have something to do with
And I
your family?
hold up the skull.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Do you know this fucker?
No. I assume he bore ill will towards you, though. You specifically.
Nah, we just jumped him in the street.
Very possible that looks around.
Do you speak to the dead? Or did you
No.
just know that his family perished?
Some things leaves marks in this world. I want to preserve the connection between us and all of the gods. I want life to return to the way it was.
We are the same.
Although, I would not go freely speaking that you release the giants upon us all.
That's what I've been trying to tell him this entire time. Thank you so much, Nadia.
It's a very terrible thing to tell everyone. It's
How else will they know to protect themselves?
We've only
but-
told people that are important.
What kind of defense could they mount? You're just scaring them.
Would you rather them be defenseless in their homes?
I would rather the time be right. Such a thing exists. Right timing.
No. We're not born to enjoy life. We're born to take what we can.
Your perspective is always so hopeful.
How have you all traveled with him for so long and
You
remained
get
sane?
used to it. Don't let him drown your spirit.
I will inspire you yet. I just
Your
kinda-
words are wise. I too think we should wait for the right time.
It
People aren't
does,
like you, Gilix. They're scared easily.
They must be armed. You think we
have-
should wait for the right time?
You
They
have
will
no
be here
tact.
before they can arm themselves.
It does serve to broaden one's mindset, though.
I did not
Cons-
know your person, your devil that you speak of, but connections with the world around me are what I do. And you, looking at Magooger, obviously, you have suffered greatly, even unknowingly, from what I can tell. Nobody holds that against you. If you would like to stay and be shaved weekly, I can arrange it.
Like I said, I am cold.
It's like 90 degrees in this fucking place.
It's actually like if you go like full shave, you do actually just feel cold, even if
Yeah.
it's not. It's a weird sensation the first
The
time I
breeze
shaved
you're
my
not
head.
used to.
Yeah. Can confirm as bald.
Yeah, does he just look like a big human now?
I mean,
I'm
a
actually lanky.
big shaved bugbear. That's what I mean. Like, there,
yeah,
you
but he has no hair
don't-
now.
Yeah, a big bug, hairless. I don't know.
Yeah, and I look at
It's bear,
Just-
but spelled differently.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
I look at this woman. I say, "Well, you know of the giants now, and you've made all of that, so I expect you to put it to good use."
I will hold up. I do not fear for my own safety. And if they come, there's not much I can do about it. Perhaps there is some wisdom in what you guys are trying to do, though. I don't know. It might be useful to the town that you love. And she looks at Hungs.
It is the only home that I have now. So, I feel if I am able, now that I have seen the courage others can have, we should try to salvage it.
At least the walls will offer you some protection.
For moments.
Anything's better than nothing.
If we unify the city and get rid of the darkness, will you come back?
Yes. If there's somewhere for me to come back to.
Someone will need to run the shrine.
And I think I'm looking at him.
I have a higher purpose.
What is that? You would have done your job.
There are
I would
always
agree.
people in need. Everywhere.
You do not want to be a shining beacon of hope?
I am nothing. Just a conduit.
Said the 1,000-year-old man.
That has a higher purpose. Like, I don't know if you do this on purpose, but it's genius how you play Gora, because he is so like arrogant in certain ways, like as a cleric, which is awesome to just see those things play out. Those like that consistency.
I am amazing.
I live to serve.
I am one.
I will come back for you if you bring priests to this place.
We will.
Now get out of here. I need to eat. I'm so starving.
Ma'am.
Yes?
I hope it's okay for me to ask this, but do you by chance have anything I could write or draw on?
He rushes up and touches your belly. Oh!
I just,
Yeah, everybody we're like, oh. Hugs just hands up and just freezes. He's like, oh.
No. That's a calm belly.
That's a
I'm
calm
just, like,
belly.
really flustered right now.
Do you seek paper? That's what you're looking for?
I nod, yeah.
Of course I have paper.
I nod at you.
I'm like slowly just crawling back.
She helps you up, for sure. She reaches out a hand. I don't know if you take it, but she reaches out.
I think I'd like wait a few seconds, and if she's like still holding it out, I would like look at the group and nervously take it.
This is taking longer than my nose. Please get up.
Longer than my nose.
Basil, it's not like she can do any worse than shaving you.
And I take the hand and I get up, and then I just nod at her. Could I get some, please?
Yes, of course. Any specific type of paper you're looking for?
Any type.
Just something I can write or draw on, I suppose.
Oh, so you're not that type of magic user. I like you. She walks over. You see her like run across the room and like dig through a bunch of like it's not even like bags. It's like kind of like large leaves. She's got like the Jumanji shit going on as she like opens up and brings a sheet over to you and a piece of charcoal.
Thanks.
It's thick like papyrus.
Just like one piece of paper, or like a bunch?
Did you want more than one?
I mean, if I can.
I only have so much paper. How much paper do you need?
It's okay. You don't need to give me any more.
I'm sorry to
Thank
yell. How
you.
much paper do you need?
Give him 3.
It's his first negotiation. Come on.
I think to myself, trying to reason, and could I 6? Do you have 6?
That's great. Roll persuasion against yourself.
Okay,
Ask
so
yourself how many you need.
so do I still have advantage? Cause like
This is the literal only time I've ever said that. Ever probably.
I think you used your advantage on the acrobatics.
so,
You did.
So I did, but that was my first roll, and I had advantage on my first roll. But then you also gave me advantage again
Okay,
from
that's fine. Yeah, extracurricular shit. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Oh,
So he rolls
I
persuasion
just don't-
against his insight.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
You feel the courage enough to ask for exactly how much paper you fucking need.
But the other side of your brain almost went into overdrive there. That nat one.
Almost panicked.
Yeah.
I don't need a paper.
You say strong and proudly.
6 pieces, please.
That's a lot of paper, but I. Okay. Then she-
Like just going on the just riding this high. I'm like, yeah, but you also got a lot of hair.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Fair's fair.
I look towards the group for,
Yeah.
Roll
You look towards
For
the
what?
group for
for her. Roll on persuasion, please. Yeah, your first persuasion was. Oh my god. Out
Hung's.
of Go ahead.
No, I was just thumbs upping.
Son, you need to work. She brings back over paper and a like it's not much. Maybe like I don't know. Like 20 grams worth of like this mixture that you've never seen before. She's like, "Hon, you have a serious confidence problem. This is out of sheer pity." And she hands you the stuff.
I just immediately fold and like, yes, I know, thank you.
Did he bring back pity points?
I'm sorry.
I might. I don't know my. Oh, my burger's over there. I might have a pity point over there.
Basil, after you get 1 pity point. It's an actual thing, and I will need your address after this game.
And I'll need your address.
And,
Epic foreshadowing.
To answer your question, if you have a question, we don't know what they do, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let me show you that. Hold on.
But we
Up
also
to
don't know what.
interpretation.
We also don't know what they don't do.
Right. Nice. Okay. Is this like for everything or just like this campaign?
We don't know.
Did you guys only get yours in this campaign?
No, I got mine.
They became
like,
available
2 campaigns ago or something.
Yeah, it's been a while. I actually don't know why I have these on my table still. I have no idea why they're sitting
Well,
up here.
For this
you
exact
printed them
moment.
for Estella because I was the
I
one
did.
that got them.
Correct.
And you sent some of them to me. I don't know what happened to them, but
Oh, I'm great that I send you stuff and it doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, I will need your address after this.
It's just an excuse to get my insurance.
I mean, you can not have your pity point. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
John McGuger could use one too after the shaving.
He gets no pity. His hair's gonna grow
No.
back.
I don't need pity.
Listen, not all of our hair grows back, Carl.
He shouldn't have climbed so fast. All right, so you guys quite finished. I am starving.
We're not stopping you from eating.
I prefer to get out of my home if you do not need to be here.
we appreciate your information. More than you know.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck. She speaks extra loudly and to all of you.
She
I'm
does not wish us to see how she eats, even though her nose touches her chin.
Dude, it's impossible to eat. Can you imagine like trying to like tilt
Yeah.
your head?
Well, she just like lifted to the side and she's like,
It's her one embarrassment.
Bad Squidward nose.
Okay.
Yeah. Only.
The trek there and back will bring most of the night to a close for sure. Where do you plan on going? Just out of curiosity. Miss the freelancers.
Well,
I'm
we
gonna
have
look
a
at-
free house.
what
still.
time of day is it?
nice.
By the time you make it back, the trek there and back, I mean, walking takes a while just to get anywhere, right? The time you make it back, it won't be completely dark yet, but it'll be getting there for sure.
Oh, when we leave, I'm going to take out the Chevron containment tent,
Okay.
which is no longer a tent. It is just kind of rags from him, like, shredding it apart.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to hand it and some rope to Magooger.
Make like a robe out of.
Yeah, like a weird poncho or something. I don't know.
I wanted to do something as we left as well.
Until we can find you some clothes, you should have
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, you make it down the mountain and you begin to trek through field after field, trying to work your way back to
Before
Strackmore.
we go down the mountain,
Okay, go for it.
I wanted to kind of like look back at Nadia and like hold out my hand to Bezel. Be like, "Come on now, we must be going."
And I take his hand.
And I'm going to use my Steps of Night, as well as my Twilight Sanctuary, because I can't use it unless it's dark. And instead of climbing down, we're gonna float down.
Ooh.
And as like we get down, like I'm gonna like just look at her until she can't see my eyes anymore, and I'll be like, "Saloon, I be with you." And I'll, like, lower below the cliff.
Like Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the Aladdin carpet ride I'm going on.
Hell yeah.
And I just take in the beauty of the mountains as we descend.
A whole new world.
And then I look at the paper I just got in my other hand, and it just it fills me with confidence. I'm like, I know what I'm gotta do.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you know what you got to do, because I have no idea what that paper's for, and I'm kind of glad I don't know. But okay, you begin working your way back, handing each other stuff. Is there anything else you'd like to accomplish before you make it back to Strackmore? It's like, honestly, it's a calm in the moment, because like being outside it's definitely less depressing.
Yeah. I imagine like walking back, we see Strackmore in the distance, and the walls, and Hunks is just taking in really deep breaths. The air outside the city is a lot fresher, even though there's like pastures and cropland out here. It's still preferable to him, and he always has this notion when he gets outside the city, which isn't often, but he's like, I could just never go back, even though it's home. Like, there's just that little kind of inkling. But then no, he just starts workshopping a song. He tries to take his mind off of it. He's workshopping Bezel the Brave. And you hear him humming some stuff. He's like, Bezel the Brave, proudly asked for paper, the lands he will save. And just humming some stuff.
Do I hear this?
Probably.
I feel like I'd be kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
Away. Yeah.
So, do the walls have like battlements, or are they just big walls?
No, they're just big walls.
Okay.
Are they giant-sized walls?
Gillick's
You've
judge
never
is big
seen a
walls.
giant, so
I want to, just as like a little aside, I want to go to Hungs and just be like, hey Hungs.
Yes.
I look over to Magooger. I'm like, if Magooger was laying down and Gillick's walked over him, do you think he'd grow his hair back, or just plants?
The slowest, but the most unstoppable, like, eyebrow raise, like, and you just see his eyes like slowly go wider, and then his mouth starts opening. He just looks over at Magooger and Gillick's. This would be easy. This isn't even a question. This must happen. This costs us no time. Magooger, Could you please lay here?
What is this?
We're almost back to the city. It won't be as easy once we get inside. Come on, no one will look out here. Gilix, oh, it might be hard convincing Gilix. I'd kind of whisper to you.
I mean, I didn't know if we were
I go
actually
low,
gonna
you
do
go
this.
high.
Mhm.
Is this what we're doing?
Yeah, I explain the premise. Just say, look, it might help promote the growth. He's just promoting growth at whatever is around him. So if you're down there, he might just promote your growth. Finding out how everything works with Gilix is going to be very important in the future.
That sounds smart.
I'm very good at bullshitting and just convincing people.
Okay.
Magruder lays down on the ground.
Should we pray or something? I look at Gora.
You want Gilix to stand on him.
You still haven't said anything to Gil.
Still, like, he has no idea what's going on.
No.
You see Magruder just lay down randomly.
It was
What are you
your
doing?
idea, Bezel.
We're not sleeping out here.
Gilix, I believe it is for science.
I didn't want to say the word science, but I was thinking it this entire time.
Roll my hair back.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Grow your hair back. What? With these, I look at all the flowers.
Yeah.
You want brambles coming out your back.
See, Didor, this shit is totally fine. Like, you can recommend this shit. Like, our group is down for it.
I mean, honestly, natural armor, brambles on his back.
That sounds beastly.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Yes.
Is Ghost even know still? Is he not know still?
Yes, grass. And as long as his organs don't turn into plants, that would be bad.
Yeah, and going along with the Hunks' timing thing, like, Gilix has to know last. If this is gonna have any chance, it has to be a 4-on-1.
I look at all the group. They're all looking at Gilix semi-expectantly. Will it get us to Strackmore faster?
Yes.
It will. It might be more comfortable for
Gilix size. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna start and take one step on Magooger's back.
I hate to keep drawing parallels, but literally imagine the people that were like, Jesus, just walk on that water.
You take one step on his back?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Just one.
God, I'm rolling like a fucking god today.
Good, we need one.
You take a oh my god. You step on his back like Gilix would do, and immediately thorns and flowers begin to sprout out of his back. You feel this immense amount of pain, Magruder, is sprouting up. You're like, oh, fuck! Just like 1,000 splinters all happening at once, as like sprouting on your back is like
The pain of hair growth.
around his feet. It's warm, and it's plant-like.
You said it was warm.
After I see it,
It's mostly thorns. Like the aversion to doing this is like it's like a thorn bush that just appears, and there's like a flowery, a flower-like rose that springs from your back, except for there's no flower. It's just thorns that are put together that look like a rose.
You're a fucking Bulbasaur.
So he's
I like
hedgehog
I
now.
take the leg off and I'm like, is this what you want, Magooger?
It feels warmer.
The pain of hair growth.
Surely this can't be comfortable. Like he's just like lying there with pain of hair growth and goes like I just start
right now.
I'm just gonna start walking over him.
Oh, no. Wait, but this is because of Gilix's attitude, right? That's not the only reason it's Florence. It could totally he could have like a grassy fur coat.
Roll
Yeah,
over.
if it's anybody else, yeah, for sure.
Has
You
Gillis
begin to,
ever been
like-
happy?
You begin to like some Thai massage shit and just like walk all over his back as just a bush just starts to form this just nasty, scary like fucking gross thorn bush just grows on your back. It's immensely painful. Take what's your total health?
65.
What is that?
65.
That's great. It's like 30 right now. You're taking so much damage from the thorns coming through. You're bleeding fucking everywhere.
Dude, I feel so bad.
Well, as it's going on, I'm gonna try to, mend some of the damage.
Yeah, you would try to do that. As you mend the holes, new ones appear, and yeah, you walk around enough, and just this massive thorn bush just appears on his back. It's probably it's not like enormous, I guess, but it's really wide and like long. It's definitely like at least like 2 to 4 inches like off of him. Like, sorry. It's like 4 to 8 inches off of him, and just like this elongated thorn mess as you kind of like pick your feet off of him.
Look like I have like a spine, like a
Yes.
dinosaur spine.
That's going to be permanent. I would like to give I would like you to add a point of AC to your character, please. And you now have brambles. If anybody comes within 5 feet of you, they take 1d8 damage.
Imagine this scene.
If someone walks on them, will it be like a 5-foot square of spike growth?
Half their movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, difficult terrain, 2d4 damage.
What if there's like a farmer like 60 feet away, like watching us all do this Gora, just like healing him, like, shh, take it. You know, like...
Yeah, at the end of it, you see Gilix like reach down to get him up. I'm like, it's done. I guess we're not going into the darkness tonight. You'll probably die. And
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I pick you up, kind of channeling all this power at once, Gilix's hand, like, you see some like little sprouts kind of come out of his sleeve and go around it. It is not on purpose, but this positive energy flows through him as I lay on hands him for 5 health.
Oh, look at you, Paladin.
Actually sick. You accidentally lay on hands to him.
Can I just like I want to go up to him and I'm like I'm so sorry, McCooker, please. and then like while I'm
Sorry.
I hear you for
What?
14.
while I'm like
Beautiful flowing hair.
I'm like looking at like all the blood just pouring out of him, and like my stomach feels like it's churning, and I just want to use the refusion and just throw up on his back.
My beautiful hair.
I love that. It like nauseates you to heal him.
I imagine when I lay on hands Magooger, a couple of these like thorny roses do kind of like blossom out a little bit.
Yeah, some of the thorns turn to flowers. Some of the refusion seals up some of the holes, as does some of the healing that that Gora is doing, then you have a mane of natural life on your back. Like I said, you get a point of AC, and if you move within 5 feet of somebody, they're going to take 1d8.
That's super
Is he
cool.
like
Okay.
it's like half a turtle now? I like
You
it.
literally can just run by
He's a
people.
hedgehog.
Like, just make your speed as high as possible and just run
Yeah, yeah.
past people over and over again.
That was the
you're literally a
coolest shit.
porcupine.
Cheese
Should
shredder,
I-
yeah.
Should I like roll for the healing, or is this like
You're-
RP healing?
I mean, it's the end of the day. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
All right, okay.
He says you get attacked by people in the middle of
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah, it'll matter when I tell you it matters.
That was cool though. Cool suggestion, Dinor.
It's really funny.
I've indirectly harmed Magooger so much.
The one in AC might save him some HP
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Probably got like a 20 AC now. What's your AC?
Now it's 15.
Oh, okay. No better.
Not quite hard shell yet, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Helix is pretty hard shell. I got 20 AC.
I also have 20 AC. Nice.
That hard
Yeah,
shell.
I tank with my face, not my shell.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
Okay.
Doesn't have much
All right,
face.
before we make it back, we have a decent amount of time left. I have to piss again because I've drank like 5 beers already. So I'll be right back.
I'm so sorry, Magooger.
He still doesn't know it's not hair, so
That's so amazing.
It's just the really thick stubble that like grows in first.
like half looks like Godzilla right now.
Hmm. Hell yeah. Like if we can trim it and like manage it, we might even be able to like make it like a mobile mount.
Well, are we gonna have like? Are we gonna like do like bonsai like? Trimming on his back when like a small tree grows.
If we did that though, let's trim out like bramble wings on his ass, so he's got like these fucking twisted, gnarly wings coming out his back. Never mind, that's your character. I'm just obsessed with wings.
Wait, so could Gilix theoretically just make like a perimeter around the city of just a bunch of lines of spiky like thorns?
While everyone's getting
giants?
ready for combat, Gilix is just
Yeah,
doing laps.
just doing laps.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So, what's your guys' plan for tomorrow?
Oh, so I need to do some kind of crazy performance at the show. That's all Hungs is thinking about, to like get everybody inspired.
I feel
So
like I should make some food and water too. I don't know how much, but
yes, that would be phenomenal. Like
I can cast it 3 times.
yeah, we should talk about like the spectacle that we're gonna create to like wow everybody to join. And
how do we handle the slaves too?
I
fight?
Yeah, I
I
don't know if we let that play out.
we
like
can't.
that.
Yeah, like I think that's a
Yeah.
huge message. It's like the Hunger Games style, where like they said every time stole what's this guy's name again? King Flynn.
Flynn.
Every time Flynn takes the winner. So we just have to like whatever else we're planning, consequently, hopefully we can prevent him taking the winner. And that would be like a huge look. He's not like, you know, he's not a god, he bleeds, you know, kind of thing. Like we can win things. He's actually mortal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to assist you guys.
Oh yeah, no. Flynn definitely gonna have some interruption.
For sure.
He's there.
But in exactly what manner it looks like and stuff and the words that we use, that we'll have to decide. But I love the food and water because that's like the number one things these people are looking for.
Hey, sorry. I stopped drinking so much pre-beer.
Free beer.
I have like 1 or 2 before like we even start. I'm just sitting here like doing stuff.
Yeah.
You guys make it back to Strackmore after your walk to paid. And you work your way up. The sun's going down. It starts getting colder in the area, and you guys work your way back to Jaina's house. I'm assuming that's where you're going.
Yep.
Yeah, it's free.
You work your way back to Jaina's house. It's empty, obviously. You work your way over past the darkness. Make a perception check, please, Cora.
I didn't have. Hold on. It didn't let me enter anything. I didn't have it on.
You have it
Still
on
gonna
all
take
the
your
time,
3
though.
roll.
I rolled a 4 anyway, so
Oh,
it's fine.
walking back to the darkness, you reach out, looking, trying to get a sense of everything around you, and your honestly your purpose, and you feel like you've maybe I would say that like you see nothing but a void. Like you've seen most of what you can see, what she could show you. You make your way back to Jaina's. Walk inside. It's empty. The sarcophagus is gone,
Yeah.
and the curtains open. The back room and the front room are both dark. As you walk in, light candles that you can find, and bed down for the evening. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss?
I would just try to secure the door as well, because we don't have the exact way to.
As I say, I want to do like watches,
Yeah.
just in case.
Anything else?
I'm
What
gonna
was all washes last?
Okay, I was gonna say I want to set up a thing with like string and some. I still think I have the empty flasks, just like a string and tie some flasks so if someone walks over, they'll jingle.
Okay.
In the doorway.
I look at everyone just like look like they're like preparing a bunker. All of a sudden, I'm like, are we like afraid of someone finding us? Is what's going on?
It's not fear, it's prepared.
Just like how we walked in here, pretty much anyone can, and there are enough desperate enough too. I feel like we're rather lucky to not find squatters in here already. There might be some superstition or just individuals who knew to stay away from her. But now that she's gone, there's no guarantee that they'll stay away. We're just keeping out the average scavenger, is all.
Desperate, and perhaps ones who are seeking you, Basil.
I nod, and I go to like a back corner where it's kind of hard to be seen, and I want to just sit down and take my papers out and start drawing the faces of my friends and my brother.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make a roll performance. You begin to do so. Piece by piece, you begin to immortalize them on paper. Anything else before watch?
We should discuss the. I would know when the slave events are gonna take place. The pit.
So there's
around-
preliminary rounds in the morning, and then the most people start like it's kind of like weeding out the normal, right? Weeding out the weak, you know, in the beginning.
Mhm.
Although it is, and then the main event is like basically the top, like 10 or something like that.
So it might sound rather callous, but I don't think we can pull the trigger on anything extravagant during the morning, the preliminaries. We may have to let that play out, just so long as we give time for everyone to trickle in, as many people as possible. Then, at the end, when the king is expecting his prize, we pull our big whatever.
And what is our big whatever?
I've been working on something. Many may consider it an inspiring, rousing tune.
So we must wait for all the fighting to die down. We let them kill each other.
This is just me thinking that if we do anything early in the morning, it may be missed.
What if we make our own spectacle? Us versus, say, Templars.
I don't think that has ever been done, for good reason. The negotiation isn't really a part of this. It is all handled very strictly. I don't know if there would be a way to intervene.
You don't think there's a way for us to intervene? It's
I
not a
think
way
if
for
we-
us to fight Templars.
I think if we intervene, we will be fighting Templars.
The king may show up himself then.
This is my thought. If we do something extravagant and there is not enough notice, the king will have no reason not to punish us immediately. And his Templars, you may have handled one, but there will be many. But if we spark this fire in nearly all of Strackmore, when the final slave fights are happening, when everyone has gathered, the king will be massively outnumbered. It won't just be us versus him. It might be us and our allies, our soon allies. This is my only reasoning why I want to wait until later in the day. Plus, it'll give me more time to think of a song.
And how do we guarantee that M survives?
I was thinking I could aid
What about
him
their
as he
choice?
fights.
Gora,
As long as we can get close enough, I can heal him throughout.
is there a way to get to the slaves? Is there a way for them to perhaps fight and feign their deaths?
I don't want to butt in, but there is a way to talk to slaves. Yes, the Rakas has many influencers, influences in the city.
Influencers.
Just some of the
Hey guys,
yeah.
He is evil.
slave pits.
Yeah, like, subscribe. He can definitely the people that run these events are not Templars. Templars are there to dole punishment to keep order, right? The people that run the slave pits themselves are very much mortal, very much he does have contacts within them, so you would know that.
Okay. We might be able to negotiate our way in, perhaps, as well as having you, Gora, assist from the outside. We might be able to have him insert one of us, perhaps Maguger, into posing as a slave to help guarantee that M survives, just to make sure you would defend him and he would be healed from the outside.
Yes, and what about the others?
It is important that we are all active here. Bezel, this will be the biggest crowd you've ever seen, I can guarantee it. Will you be
Yeah.
alright?
Honestly, I look around to all of you individually. I think as long as I'm with you guys, I'll be okay.
If you don't have to call upon, the power inside, what other skills might you be able to offer? I felt a surge of magic from you earlier as I was speaking. It helped.
So yeah, I suppose I could help maybe get someone out or makes certain things look like it happens. I don't really know how to explain it.
Make things look like they happen, like illusions, enchantment.
And then I nod, and I want to cast a major illusion. Oh, okay. I'll say, okay, don't let me show you guys, but don't be afraid. And then I want to cast major image, and I want
Try
to
it. Yeah, it's all you. It's all you.
make it look like there's a Templar inside the room with us.
Yeah, like it lives and breathes. You see one in front of you. Well, neither of those things are true, but like it's there.
And then I kind of want to make it like move around the same way it moved when it was coming after me that one night.
Hung's just like, too real, and he turns away. I know what you said, but oh, it's so real.
I just make it go away, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
No.
I've just
That
seen
is
those things do
very
terrible things. I'm sorry.
I could also is there? Wait, let me read this real quick. Is there like an object, like a big object, just in the room?
There's
I guess it's sarcophagus.
Coffins.
there's
Coffins.
well, there's
Coffin.
coffins, yeah, for sure. There's also
I won't.
a table.
8-foot table.
Oh, never mind. This has to be a creature. I can move somebody. If any of you are okay with me showing you.
I'll just put my hand on his. We've already trampled Magooger today.
I just look. I put my head down and change. Do you want me to demonstrate with you? Okay, and then I want to cast vortex warp on him to make him like move to the other side of the room.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Describe it, please.
So I guess, have any of you guys watched Naruto near like the end where there's the mask guy and he like warps and there's like it sort of like twists the reality into like making the guy disappear into like this little point in the air?
I can imagine it. like vacuuming into like a single pinprick of space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Toby.
it just like appears. Yeah, exactly. And then just appears elsewhere like that.
Mm-hmm. It's dope.
Yeah, you suck down to nothingness and then appear out of nothingness on the other side of the room.
Yeah, I had to look around for a moment.
Hung's
You
jaw.
acted like that was going to hurt.
Well, to be honest, I really don't know what'll happen. I have a good idea, but I mean this is all kind of new to me, and I don't really know exactly how this stuff works.
Everyone has to start somewhere. Hungs is hard to impress. He grew up very talented and a lot of his teachers were incredibly talented, and he scoffed at their talent, regrettably. But he sees what you can do, and he says, "You have tremendous power. Even just that Templar, as scary as it was, alone might be enough to seal our victory tomorrow." I've grown even more confident. I pull out a notepad, start writing.
I blush as he compliments me.
Perhaps we could use that illusion to save the slaves, fake the early fights.
I just nod in agreement.
Early
Kinda
fights are
shy.
illusions? Is that what you're suggesting? That's pretty nuts. That, like, or at least some combatants could be illusions. Like, save as many people as humanly possible. It's just M, McGuger, and illusions. And everybody's like...
It can be like person the illusion. So the person thinks they won.
Shit, son. This is interesting.
It's like a real reaction.
Yeah. And then when no one's looking, they just fucking disappear.
I mean, people probably don't remember what these slaves look like. We don't even necessarily have to make like carbon copies of people.
And we could make the arena dusty. We could trample up some shit, or like do something with wind, maybe, just to like create like a little bit of a dust cloud, make it harder to see if we're gonna go with that route.
You know, while I'm on a roll here, with everyone just sort of complimenting me.
Hell yeah.
I just want to be like, I'm just sort of nod my head a lot, and I'm like, I can do this too, and then I just like, I want to cast reduce on myself to make me even smaller.
You see a cockroach of a man.
Oh my gosh.
I just like run around. Wait, how
Yes.
small? I guess I half my height, right? So I'm like a
You're
foot
like-
and a half.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
so
you're like, yeah, 2
Is
feet.
shrinking something Dragonborns just know how to do?
Oh no. Chevron shrank all the time. No.
Cubone.
That's
It's so canon. not
It's
even
so
funny.
canon. Yeah, if you have scales, you can just shrink whenever.
Yeah, that's a memory bank right there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh. All of that's going to be tremendously useful. Like, the shrinking is probably... that can be super clutch for hiding something, but that has to be a creature, you said? That
No, it
shrinks?
can be an object.
It can be an
the-
object?
The vortex orb needs to be a creature.
Understood.
Yep. I think enlarge reduce has a shortish duration.
Still.
Yeah, well, still good.
1 minute, yeah.
While we are laying our talents on the table, my specialties actually lie elsewhere. Thankfully, out of game, like we didn't double up on our magics. But yeah, I don't have any illusion. I, as you might have guessed, am rather persuasive when I would like to be. Sometimes magically so. And I can make sound hurt people very easily.
You do it quite often.
As do you.
Verbal abuse. That was sick.
Thanks for sharing. And then I pull out my +2 bone. Sometimes I cast this at people's faces.
And it has an effect of caving them in. That's absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god.
Oh, Hunks?
Yes?
So you said you make a lot of noise?
Quite so.
From what I understand, my illusions don't really make noise. But could you like? Do you think that your sound would help, like, with the illusion maybe?
I can make noises happen as well.
You're a 1,000-year-old turtle.
Just a weird turtle noise.
You're like, Gora, we don't need to know about your noises.
For some reason, yeah, I just imagine him ripping ass right after he says that.
No,
Yeah.
like this. And let's say like one of the candles. I'm gonna make one of the candles like brighten and flicker, and then I'm gonna make it make like a raven noise or something.
You see that?
I'm like kind of surprised, and I just start clapping.
I can make drums sound like bells and bass sound like something high pitched, but that might be more what you're looking for.
It's just tell me what you want it to sound like, and I can try my best.
Wait, where are we gonna be in this arena?
Most of us will be outside. If we can get anyone on the inside, and if everyone agrees that that's a good idea, then yeah, we could have some on the inside, but mostly in the stands.
The slaves fight 1-on-1.
No, I don't believe so. They do? Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Sick.
100%.
That's even better. Yes.
Should I go in with Magooger, and rather than killing slaves where the spells can't make do, we can just incapacitate them?
That may work.
Well, if we're gonna be in the stands, wouldn't there be like a lot of people around us while we do this stuff?
Yes.
They may make you kill them.
Is that a question for me? Sorry. What is it?
Do they make the slaves kill each other?
You mean during the fights?
Like,
Yeah, like,
he's
if they
saying
don't
Death
wanna
is the
kill each
outcome.
Death is
Are
the
they-
outcome.
Death is the outcome.
So
like,
yes.
is it even an option to like
Appeal.
not kill them if we're in the games?
If you are one of the two people fighting in the ring, one of you will die. Normally.
So if someone's like knocked unconscious, is it just not over until they die?
They're dead, yeah.
Okay.
So the other person has to get down there and like finish it. That's
So
yeah.
that's fucked.
it's like this whole deal where it's like
There is no thumbs up, thumb down. It's always thumbs down. They will die.
Yeah, and it might even be a situation where like it's like the option hasn't ever even been tested, right? Because like no one would ever not just kill the other person to continue just living and continuing on.
Perhaps when we knock them out, Gora can make the corresponding noise to sound like a crunch or a crack.
maybe an illusion of blood.
I think I could make that happen.
Make like a bloody corpse illusion, then that won't make any sound. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can maybe we can sit next to Rakas, since he's on our side and he'll be okay with us intervening. Maybe it'll be good cover.
I like that idea. Also, I just thought of something. If we do manage to successfully save all of the slaves, part of our unveiling, part of our extravagant showing, we should unveil that none have died. We should reveal at the very end that we have saved everyone from death on this day, and the king could not stop it. And then my solo. No. However it plays out.
Well, then we'll have to make sure they get up. Because I will
Okay.
not kill them, but I'll injure them.
Yeah. We'll like have to like escort them away, like stealthily or something, like get them out, and then.
Okay. want to get one more thing done before we're done. I think this conversation, plan wise, should be hashed out. I think it would be best served over like Discord. So like the main squeeze channel was going to be open.
But we
You
are
guys-
over Discord.
Yeah, I mean over the next. I'm saying over the next week. Whenever we play next, I think it would be because otherwise, like, just so you guys know what you guys, so you actually can like, because we could do this forever, right? You know what I'm saying? So
Sometimes
like, I
we
think
have to, you know.
that's fine, but I'm saying like we're running out of time for this one, and I don't want to start the next session in like a gap where you guys don't know what's going on, right? And are trying to make it up on the fly. So I'm just saying like, you can continue for sure, but I'm just saying like if you need to continue, and like, it's completely fine.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think. I don't know at this point. I think it's more details.
Just little details.
That was great so far. The unveiling of undead slaves.
Undead slaves.
Yeah.
So we are killing
not dead.
chorus.
Well, they
By
might
the
seem
power of
dead.
Salune.
Yeah.
Right.
and then like Rakash is like, I thought this was gonna be fucked. Like these definitely seem like the people that unleash the giants now. Like... All right.
I do my watch.
Yeah, we all watch.
I'll do first watch because I haven't used any like spells or anything, and I'm not sleepy.
Anybody else? Who else is on it?
Yeah, I'll help.
I'm not. I don't think my character would be familiar with what watches are.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think like if you're in a group of like even the gnomes you're with, I think any dangerous area, I don't think it'd be unreasonable for you to.
I
You
guess
guys
that's
have a
true.
watch?
I
Yeah,
don't.
pretty
I don't
much.
think. I don't think I would have done it, but I guess I would know what it is.
Pretty
Yeah, I
much
don't think it'd be. I
staying
think it'd
awake
be.
and waking the group if anything
Right.
sus
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. I think you would know. I don't think
Yeah.
it would be.
Crazy
Crazy theory.
But I think I would volunteer to also do it, assuming that like if I'm not done like with my drawings, just sort of keep on working on them, making
Sure.
sure they're very detailed.
Sure.
Yeah, Magooger wants to take watch. I'm like, you can take last watch.
I only need 2. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Please roll perception, both of you.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yes. The
Oh.
least.
Gillick set up the thing. He stays up, but he's just. It's dark. Gillick's just squinting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. From
Yeah.
from what you guys can tell, you don't notice much during the night. I will say this. Before you go to bed, Bezel, even though they are specifically they're tasked with this thing, you stay up drawing, whittling away, trying to, immortalize your friends, your brother. There's a rumble under your feet. You can feel a slight quake in the ground as you focus and kind of your thoughts drift away. You can feel this low something. Unless somebody has tremor sense that I'm unaware of.
Strider has tremor sense.
I think Strider still has it, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. There's a low rumble that you can feel underneath your feet. And we'll end there.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm not trying to stifle creativity. I'm just trying to
Oh,
we could talk about this until like 12 o'clock tonight, right? And if you need to start next up, if you don't want to do anything I just said, you can completely start next episode with, or next session with whatever the fuck you guys want to do, right? Have at it, you know? Lay
Yeah,
out whatever
and
detailed thing you need to do. I'm not gonna.
Next week
I'm
I'm
not
in
trying
New
to stop you at
York
all.
from Thursday to Sunday morning.
Okay.
I'm doing the
Wait.
Carl.
Could try Sunday night again if you want to. Are you back after that?
Yeah, I'll be. My flight gets in around like a bit before noon, so like I can definitely do that night.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't want to run something that night, but I could definitely play.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll be around if you guys want to end up playing. But
Same.
But this Sunday I'm like around the whole time.
okay.
But
Well, we could do.
your guys' preference. If you guys are available.
I don't know. Let me look at.
I
I'm not
just-
actually sure what I'm doing.
Since we did it before, I figured I would just put that option out there.
No, it's
for the
good. It's a
people
good
who are
option for
jonesing
sure. Ryan, I need to fix your fucking screen. Yeah,
My
I just
screen?
I can see the bottom of your picture. Oh,
You're clipping.
and it really annoys the shit out of me.
But that was a fun session, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry if you guys felt like I was trying to cut you off. That was not my goal. Not at all.
No,
I get why
I
you
just
did
didn't.
it.
I didn't. It's already like 10:20, and I was like, okay, well, I have to get you guys out of here at some point.
Don't even trip, dog.
I understand.
Excited for the spectacle.
I just
So I
the
imagine,
walking on Magooger's back was such a funny idea.
That was ridiculous. I loved it.
And like, yeah, I wanted that to play out. Like as soon as you were like, "Are we really gonna do this?" I'm like, "Yeah." When you suggest weird off the wall shit here, it plays the fuck out.
Why his watch is so bad too. He's like trying to scratch his back. Like all this new hair growth.
That would be a really painful back to scratch.
I feel like it just scratches your back for you.
He like opened every hole that could possibly be opened in his
It's
back.
it's the back that scratches back.
You literally did like a you turned him into Logan almost.
After a battle, he's gonna have just random bits of flesh hanging from his back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nuts.
It's like, oh, are you okay, Magoo? He's like, oh, it's not mine.
Yeah. So post in the chat if you guys need to. If you guys want to hash out plans there, go for it. Post in the chat for availability for this week and next week. Whatever. If it's this Sunday or the next Sunday, it'll be the next session. It'll be one or the other, right? So.
Yeah, I kind of assumed it wouldn't be both.
Yeah. So and then and then if we start next session and you guys take 2 hours to plan it all out, I completely understand. It's just like it'll be like a shopping session almost.
Yeah.
And that'll be fine. So.
I love you
Yeah,
guys.
I think there are a lot of elements that we do have to put together just when we're there. and
Yeah, piece by
understand.
piece by
Mhm.
piece.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of shit to go over. So like,
Yep.
Mhm.
cool.
There will be as much planning as we can, and then the rest will be by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah. I mean,
Like,
Kind of our
honestly,
style.
good ideas though, for sure.
Yeah. I love you guys. Have a good night.
Yep, I'll catch you guys later.